The plot, the cast, the characters for Spider-Man 4 appears to have leaked online. It's a big deal for Disney. It's a big deal for Sony. It's also a big deal for audiences who now are looking at the list and saying, wow, this is going to be star-studded and packed. But there is a problem, and that is, as we look at the list of who might be starring in Spider-Man 4, wow, the amount of money Disney and Sony might shovel forth to all of these cast members with stars in their eyes, well, it could be a sticker shock surprise. Hello, fellow web slingers. Welcome back. It is your friendly neighborhood pro, and I'm here to tell you what's going on with Spider-Man 4, at least allegedly from the source, My Time to Shine. Hello. It is a scooper who has been noted and perhaps has taken some heat for bringing information out to everyone here on the street before. Today, we're going to show you what they're saying about the next Spidey. Spidey senses are tingling that this one could be really, really expensive. So strap in, folks. Let's find out, is this going to be the next big one or a Green Goblin in the making? All right, here we go. And come on, StreamYard, pull that up. There we go. This is out of My Time to Shine. Hello. It says, hashtag Spider-Man 4. And we're going to go, folks, into this image. And we're going to go down here. This appears to be legit. Now, we cannot fully vet it just yet. We're going to work on it. But this appears to be legit. And I don't think Disney's going to be happy. I don't think Marvel's going to be happy with those who are disseminating this. But sorry, you guys apparently were not, you didn't keep a lid on it. So let's read Spider-Man 4. We're going to skip all the all caps, the bold, everything. We're going to the fine print. Following the events of Doomsday, Peter Parker is determined to lead a normal life and focus on college, stepping back from his responsibilities as Spider-Man. However, peace is short-lived when a deadly new threat emerges, endangering his friends and forcing Peter to reconsider his promise. With stakes higher than ever, Peter reluctantly returns to his Spider-Man identity and finds himself teaming up with an unlikely ally to protect those he loves. Who will be in this? Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, Michael Keaton as Vulture, and Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom mentioned to join the cast. So there we go. Release date is set for July 10th, 2026, according to this information that we have here. Folks, don't call the phone number. Do not call the phone number. And when we do the highlight videos of this, we'll blur that out, but don't call the number. We're explicitly telling you, don't do that. Don't annoy people. Anyway, but that's what we've got right now. This just breaking. And somebody on the bottom right, that GIF, that guy has been screaming for a while. I wish him well. He's really going at it over there. Proof positive. All right, so panel, that's what we've got. What do we think about this one? The idea that we're getting Michael Keaton. Maybe that's the big news. Garfield's back. We've said Garfield had a multi-movie deal with Marvel. That seems to be confirmed that this turns out to be true. But I think Michael Keaton as Vulture is the biggest scoop of this one. What do you guys say?
I mean, I would welcome Michael Keaton back as Vulture. That was a very underrated villain. I think it would be really interesting to see the dynamic between him and Peter now that, Peter saved his life essentially, and he's protecting Peter's secret. Though, I don't know. I thought Michael Keaton was in the Morbius universe where Don't Know How I'm Here, something about Spider-Man, I guess.
I would have thought Keaton was done with this, but
yeah.
Well, I think
Keaton
it was the
RDJ movie is a huge deal.
I think DC probably turned him off quite a bit to the multiverse thing, but Marvel I think was good to him there. There's a great scene in Homecoming where he's sitting there in the car and he's like, I need to have the dad talk with Pete, and then you have someone who has superpowers and someone who does not, and the guy without the superpowers is somehow the intimidating person in the scene. Really, really great stuff in that. But a couple of things. One, I noticed they aren't using the word home in the title, which good on you, Sony, for finally getting away from that, if that's true. And two, why is Tom Holland's name not attached to this?
Well,
I thought it said Tom Holland and Zendaya at the top.
Does it? I guess I was reading the bottom of it.
Yeah. So I told people not to read the top because it's got the stuff you would expect, which is Pascal, O'Connor, Feige, Despacito, and then below that you've got Tom Holland in the cast, and Zendaya, and you've got Sarah Finn. By the way, the other thing about this too is it looks like the rumors of Sydney Sweeney perhaps joining the cast, at least right now, not coming to fruition.
My thing is also why is Zendaya back? They gave the perfect send off for the cast of the Homecoming movies. It was a perfect way for Peter Parker to move on, to introduce new secondary characters, new characters that we could see him interact with on a regular basis, a new love interest, possibly get Black Cat in there. But no, we got to get Tom Holland and Zendaya back in there because they're the it couple.
How about we just get a real, Mary Jane instead of whatever that is that, the Plank of Wood plays.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. You want to launch Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom. There is no better franchise than a Spider-Man franchise. Spider-Man can hold its own. It always will. The Spider-Man IP over any other, I think if they had launched Kang in the Spider-Man movie, it might have done better.
Jay,
as a villain, but
you think it'll work out well if Tom Holland, he meets Dr. Doom and he doesn't know it's Dr. Doom. He thinks it's Tony Stark, and there's like an emotional, kind of thing there.
I think that will be, if they do it correctly, that will be a great kickoff for Marvel into this next series. But because everyone shows up for Spider-Man movies, they just do. They just show up for Spider-Man movies, and if you want that on the big screen, and you want people to grab hold of something like that, that's the one IP. Like if you did that, if you launched that in an Ant-Man or even Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that, it probably won't hold like it will a Spider-Man.
Yeah, but the thing is, it says post-Doomsday. So RDJ's Doom is already going to have a full Avengers movie before this Spider-Man movie, it looks like.
A full Avengers movie by 2016? I mean, 2026? Excuse me.
Well, yeah, it's in Doom. They're saying it's the synopsis said post-Doom. The movie takes place post-Doomsday.
I'm going to have to look this up now to see what the most current version of Doomsday is at this point. Because it isn't
the event of Doomsday.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was the surprising part for me, because I assumed that they, like you said, Jay, they would want to introduce this in a Spider-Man movie to go into Doomsday to kind of put Doom over before giving him his big movie.
Well, we think Doom is going to appear in Fantastic Four first, right? So he's going to get his intro that way.
So currently it's on the release schedule for May 1st of 2026. And they're saying that the release date of this is July of 2026.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so
neither of those could move in the release schedule at all. Which this is two different studios having to coordinate.
That'd be wild
at this point.
And I still say, by the way, that RDJ is coming back to play Dr. Doom for a while, but ultimately he's going to be Tony Stark. We're going to get a variant, and I don't believe that the Doom we're getting with RDJ is going to be the big finale Dr. Doom. I don't believe that you can bring RDJ back and have him play anyone other than Tony Stark, and the audience at the very last time he exits the MCU be pleased with it. I think they want to see Tony Stark on the way out.
There is a comic book series, and if they go this route, it's another way that they could recycle everything that we saw in the Thanos. I call it the Thanos run. I think it was like phase 1, 2, and 3.
The Infinity Saga.
Yeah, well, the Thanos run for me, 13 years, from Iron Man to Endgame. The way that they can recycle it, of course, they'll have to use their time skipper thing and multiverse. But Dr. Doom actually fights Thanos, and just in the comic, he rips out his skull at the very end. So they could start it that way to just show how powerful this Robert Downey Jr. Doom is. So we'll see if they go that route. It'd be pretty interesting to see, because Josh Brolin's out there saying, yeah, I'll come back. Like, we could bring Thanos back. We could do all that stuff. It's like, okay, so now we're going to bring back all the characters from that first three, that first run, because they have nothing left.
That'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting, Jay, because you've got a multiverse with infinite Thanoses. Yeah. And, we started off Infinity War by having Thanos kill Loki, who was the villain of the first Avengers movie.
Gandalf, what do you have to say? What do you want, Gandalf?
Okay, alert. You guys are talking about a $500 million budgeted film because of the salaries you're going to have to pay.
Yeah.
We're hearing it's a lot.
Okay, I look, Disney's fiscally irresponsible. That can't be argued. But are they that irresponsible, and would not one investor at least have a coronary over that? I can't imagine that.
I don't think they have a choice.
Film. I mean, they've had successive flops in various areas. They really can't afford another one. And I don't think Sony's going to get on board for ponying up that kind of cash. They are already paying enough for, Spider-Boy. But
Feige is going to say to Iger and to the heads of Sony and everybody else, listen, we gave this kind of cash to Zegler. You can give this kind of cash to me. I don't know.
I mean, Zegler's this amazing established star with just the kind of weight in Hollywood, the gravitas that you'll never find again.
She weighs about 90 pounds.
A mere $425 million on Snow White, rebooting Walt's famous property that drove the company forward, and maybe the country too, and actually earned Oscars that had to be created out of thin air.
She'll do it better, I'm sure.
This lady took that property and just took it to the stratosphere, Pro.
That's
Come
right.
on now.
You know what I bet they do?
She's worth $425 million worth of budget, multiple reshoots to get everything right.
Just right for her.
You know what I bet they do here, by the way?
What's that?
They Sinister Six. They're always trying to do a Sinister Six film over there at Sony.
Okay.
And when they start talking about a brand new villain and brand new date and all of this stuff, I think that's where they're going with that.
Let's do the Salem 7 first and bring Billy back.
What's the budget to the Captain America film? That's almost at $500 million, isn't it?
Yeah, at least 400 million at this
400.
point.
All right. Often as we get ready to wrap these up, folks, you'll hear us say, keep learning, keep growing, keep having fun. And the reason we do it is because we appreciate you. It's true, we do. And we want you to have a good time. Thank you for giving us the great time of spending time with you. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below because you matter. Your thoughts matter. Who cares what the legacy corporate deadbeat media tells you? You really are important. And we're a testament to that. We wouldn't be here without folks just like you. And since we've said it, we'll say it once more. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.